Hello, this is a cozy little read with me vlog. I'm going to be reading the Book of Witching, How to Love Your Daughter, and Graveyard Shift. So I'm going to be hopping around from place to place, book to book, and I'll let you know my thoughts at the end. I'm gonna make some coffee and then jump in. And I have an angry kitten. Immediate interruption. Hi. I'm gonna make... Alright, we're gonna make coffee. I finished the Book of Witching and I really liked it, but I did have some issues with it. I felt like the production of this book was incredibly rushed. There are grammatical errors, there are typos. There was even a point in the book where the wrong character's name was mentioned, and it was like pretty obvious they're talking about the wrong character, like it was a mistake. And there was also a sentence where it said my blood ran could instead of my blood ran cold. But I felt like this needed one or two more passes before this went to production, like to be printed. So that was very disappointing. This could have easily been a 5-star book, but when they're saying the wrong character name, when they just make so many grammatical errors that it takes me out of the story, I need to deduct some stars. So I did give it 3 stars. I would recommend it to other people, but I would mention those mistakes. So I'm thinking of either starting The God of the Woods, it's very long, or How to Love Your Daughter. It's really short, and I feel like after the long book that I just read, I'm thinking of starting with this. Also, Brooke and I went to New Jersey this past weekend, and at a Penn Station, I got the paperback of If We Were Villains that I've been really wanting. I know what you all say about sprayed edges on paperback, but I'll tell you what, I don't care. 1, because I don't care, and 2, the splatter here and having it like be the same as the pages, like my little designer in me is like, that is amazing. That's like chef's kiss. So this is now on my TBR, especially if I can't read Secret History this fall. I'm gonna read that. I need to read something similar. I need it. And then I don't know if I'll read this fall. Brooke's lending me her copy of Ghosts at a Watchman. I've been very torn on reading this because even though To Kill a Mockingbird was like one of my favorite books in high school, I feel a little wrong about reading it, but I didn't buy it. So I'm like, at least I'm not funding it, you know? But I am really curious at what she had to say about it. Like, I love Scout, and I would love to see Scout again, but we'll see. But now I have this, and we'll see if and when I read it. I'll see you soon in the next update. welcome back. This vlog was very much filmed out of order, and today I finished both Graveyard Shift and How to Love Your Daughter. Graveyard Shift, loved it. I gave it 4 stars. I just felt like there could have been more at the end. I just felt like I was like, oh, that's the end? Okay. But also like, what else could have happened? Anyway. Loved it, 4 stars. I also liked it because I did hear ML Rio read an excerpt at the book festival a couple weekends ago, and that was really fun. And then I got to read that part of the book, and I was like, oh my god, this sounds familiar. Oh my god, she read this out loud to us. Thank you. But then when I read How to Love Your Daughter, I could not tell you what I read. It felt like this not so great mom who refuses to acknowledge her faults, showing us her diary where she blames her daughter for not talking to her because she's like a conundrum or a walking fault, but like she loves her, she's perfect. So I had like very little empathy for the main character. It was too non-linear. I like non-linear, but she would tell a story and you're like, okay, cool, like yeah, we're going back to her daughter's childhood. Okay, now we're talking about her teen years. Oh, now we're talking about her being an infant again. Oh, now we're talking about her being a teen. Oh, now we're talking about present day. Oh, now we're talking about her being a teen again. Okay, now we're talking about present day. Okay, now we're talking about when the narrator was 5. Like, it was just too much. It would just like bounce back and forth, and I gave it 2 stars because it's not like bad. I can tell the author is really talented. I just don't know if this story was executed the way she meant. Maybe it was lost in translation because it is a translated book, but people give it 5 stars. Like, people swear by it. I really just might not be the target audience, and that's okay. It's interesting reading the perspective of a mother who refuses to acknowledge her faults. She does, but she blames it on things. She gives a lot of excuses, but she like wasn't a bad mom, but like she wasn't great. Big yawn.
Oh, stretchies. Oh, try. Oh, that is so much.
But yeah, I don't really know how to review it because I don't really know what I read. But alas, here we are. I think next I'm going to dive into God of the Woods. I am so excited. I wanted to read these short books after reading a couple long ones just so that I could knock some off my TBR and then dive into a really big book. This will be the biggest book that I've read this year, and I'm a little nervous, but I'm pretty excited, so we'll see. This ends off the vlog. It was nice chatting, nice hanging out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye, everyone.